want to share my keys of happiness with you guys. I just feel the best I've ever felt in my life. Like everything, all these colors look so much brighter. It's like ecstasy, and I want other people to feel this good, and it's so achievable. Balance your three realms, which are mental, physical, and spiritual health. It literally causes depression. So I now stay away from tap water and I just feel so much better. Some of the things that really help me are tulsi. It's known to help with depression and anxiety. Other things are like that will release endorphins to help your brain be happier. There's literally trillions of other eggs and souls that could have combined to pop out somebody else, but you came into this life and you can make it wonderful. Hi everyone, it's Kritika. Welcome to my channel. This video is about mental health in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as the world's craziest situation we've ever seen with the pandemic. I know there's so many people in the world right now who are dealing with physical illness, which is obviously the topmost concern, but mental health is also so important. So I wanted to make a video about that today. And I'm no mental health expert, but I have gone through years of negative thinking and just dealing with a world of negativity, and I've crossed over to this other side of just being so happy. I can't even put it into words. Like, I wake up full of life and I go through my day, no matter how good or bad, with just so much joy and appreciation, and I go to sleep that way and wake up and repeat, and it's been this way for about a year now. And I want to share how you guys can get here too, because these keys to happiness are also keys to overall well-being. Also, these aren't just keys to happiness, but how to not be lonely, which so many of us do feel in isolation, which is totally understandable because we are human beings, we are social beings. So I'm going to share my keys of happiness with you guys, so let's jump right in. The number one thing I can say about taking control of your mental health is your attitude and your perception. Regardless of how bad or good your days are, your life, everything can be controlled with your mind. Like, you can flood your mind with positivity and your life will feel positive, or you can flood your mind with negative thinking and you will feel that negativity. We can literally cause or heal disease in our bodies and our minds with our attitude and perception. Like, for example, through the years when I was feeling very down, I started to feel the worst of my endometriosis symptoms, and I don't know if they're exactly linked, but I do know that even to this day, whenever I stress out or feel very sad, I feel pain in the areas where I have prominent disease growing. And when I nourish it with good thoughts, it literally helps dissolve that pain. There's also other aspects like your chemical imbalances and your lifestyle that you can also manipulate, but the number one thing is perception and attitude. Think positive thoughts and you will have a positive life, because whatever you think becomes your feelings, and whatever you think and feel become your actions and your reality. It's all created in our minds. Our minds are so powerful. And that brings me to the law of attraction. I've been doing so much research and practicing it, and it's literally made my life a million trillion times better. I would strongly suggest looking into it. I'll also make videos about that in the future. Basically, it's about attracting positivity and manifesting what you want as if you already have it, and that's going to give you such a better sense of being in control of your life. Thank every problem that comes your way. That can be really counterintuitive, why would I be thankful for my problems? But it works to your advantage, because when you realize that all these struggles in life are here to teach you a lesson and take you exactly where you're meant to go, you feel a lot more appreciation for these lessons that are being handed to you. I used to really struggle with this, but now every time I have any problem in life, whether it's huge or small, I literally say thank you to the universe for giving me that problem to solve, and I end up solving it much quicker and feeling so much happier. Fall in love with yourself and the life that you live. I know that one is a lot easier said than done. If it was so easy, everyone would be doing it, but it can be a journey. So you can just work towards it and just be thankful and grateful for the moment that you're in, because it's going to take you to where you're going. Again, that brings me around to the law of attraction. And whatever you don't like about yourself, whatever you don't like about your life, you can literally change it. And that brings me to my next point of changing what you don't like and accepting what you can't change. If there's something about yourself that you don't like, you can literally change it. No matter how big or small it is, most things you can change. If you want to lose weight or get your dream job, there are literally steps you can take to get what you want. You might not know exactly how to get there, but just believe in yourself. You should wake up every day loving your life. Even if you're doing the worst job in the world or not living your dream life, you can just be thankful for what you do have. The fact that you're able to wake up every day and breathe and be healthy, or maybe you're not healthy and you can be thankful for the fact that you're going to get healthy. You can change your reality. It all starts within here and in your actions. Find your inner peace. This one is something I learned from Kung Fu Panda, and it's worked miracles for me. I did it from really connecting with myself and being in a meditative state and accepting that I can't control everything and changing what I can control. And I just feel so at peace every day knowing that I can trust in the universe. And that's my next one, is to trust in the universe, because whatever you're meant to do, whatever you're meant to have, you are gonna get it as long as you stay on your path and you believe in yourself and you believe in the universe. Be kind to yourself and all of Earth's creatures, whether it's different people that you don't like or animals, just everything, every being, because we're all human, we make mistakes, we're not perfect. So it's important to love ourselves the way we are and just really appreciate all of life. We are all one. Sometimes I walk outside in nature and I just breathe in the oxygen and hear these animals around me, and I just sit down in the grass with my fingers in the grass, and I really just feel so connected to them, and I know that I have to be kind to them in order to keep receiving these gifts throughout my life. The world is going through the 6th mass extinction right now, so every day I remind myself that if I'm not helping the world, I'm hurting myself. So even though sometimes I literally cannot sleep knowing where the world is headed, it gives me a lot of peace to know that there are things we can do to change that fate. Let your happiness flow from within you and detach from worldly things, because no matter how much you have in the world, you could have every single thing you want in life and you can still feel unhappy and empty, because truly happiness does come from within, and it's a lot of mental work that you have to go through to get there. No amount of things, they can make you feel better and satisfy you, but they don't give you true long-term sustainable happiness. Live a holistic lifestyle. We are holistic beings, and balance your 3 realms, which are mental, physical, and spiritual health. We are connected in every single way with ourselves and the universe, with every blade of grass that exists on earth. We all come from the same place. So it's important to understand that every part of our being is connected and is important, and it's just a puzzle to the whole picture. A lot of doctors and a lot of people think that if something's wrong, you got to fix that one little part, but it's really a holistic thing, which is why I live a holistic lifestyle, and I just feel so amazing. Live a more natural lifestyle. This is one of the biggest things that's helped me in life, besides changing my attitude and perception, because we are holistic beings, so we should live holistically and consider everything we are doing. The modern world is filled with toxins. For example, did you know that fluoride is in most tap water and it literally causes depression? So I now stay away from tap water and I just feel so much better. It's important to eat a whole foods diet and cut out as much as you can, actually. Processed foods, sugars, anything that you know is bad for you, cut it out and you will feel a world of a lot better. On this diet for the past year, every day I'm just happier and I can feel everything benefiting or hurting my body, which is a great thing to feel, but sometimes it takes a while of being clean to feel these things, but they are happening whether we can feel them or not. I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should cut out or not. Everybody's bodies are different. I'm always experimenting with different things myself. Like for the past week, I've been eating raw vegan, and I just feel the best I've ever felt in my life. Like everything, all these colors look so much brighter to me, and I see like vibrations and so much life in everything, and it's just the most beautiful feeling. And if you're gonna eat meat and dairy, make sure it's grass-fed, because that is the best quality. But anything that's not grass-fed, red meat, is causing illness. I don't eat processed foods. It does affect us mentally. For example, a few weeks ago I had fried rice. Like I was eating very clean for 30 days, and then I had some fried rice and I just felt kind of sad. I didn't know that there was a link, but the next day I had some more fried rice and I felt it again. I just felt really down and like chemically not happy. And that brings me to chemical imbalance. There is so much you can do in your life. You can change your attitude, your perception, but sometimes there is chemical imbalance in our bodies and our minds that are stopping us from being happy and mentally stable. And that's definitely something that everyone should treat if they do have a problem. Nourish yourself with the right foods. I know that a lot of times people are given medications, and maybe that helps you, but that was never the way for me. I always thought I need to treat this naturally and holistically, and it's worked for me. I've used so many different herbs that literally either instantaneously boost my happiness or they take some time to begin working. But some of the things that really help me are tulsi, which is holy basil. It's known to decrease stress and help with depression and anxiety. Other things are like chamomile, rosemary, antioxidants, acai berry. Every time I have an acai smoothie, I feel so happy. So you can consume natural things that are going to help you. Whatever it is, you can fix that chemical imbalance most likely. So don't ever give up. There's always a way, always. Sip on some positivity, because herbs infused with water can literally enhance everything you're feeling and make them better. I use chamomile and tulsi, turmeric, ashwagandha, reishi, and so many other herbs, which I'll make other videos about, but herbal tea can make you feel so much happier instantly. I literally have not in the past 2 months been bored for even 1 second, because I keep myself busy and I create. And I think it's important to never overwork yourself, but it's also important to not overindulge in consumption. I used to be a consumer-based person, so I just used to like binge on TV or whatever made me feel good instantaneously. But that got really boring over time, and now I'm a creator. I like to create things that bring value to other people and to myself, and that has just changed the whole game for me. I'm never bored. Self-care is a huge one, because self-care, I feel so cheesy saying this, but self-care is health-care, and it's a very key component. And I've been talking about this all month on my other blogs and channels, because it is so important to take care of yourself and nourish yourself. And there's so many different ways you can do it. It's not all about just doing face masks. It's about simple acts of kindness to yourself that generally release endorphins in your mind or better your life in some way. And I think a key component of self-care is striking a balance between helping other people and helping yourself, because if we truly want to do justice to other people, we have to first do it to ourselves. It's kind of like that example when you're sitting on an airplane and they always tell you, even if you're a mom with a baby, to take your oxygen mask first if there's an emergency, and then put it on your baby or somebody who's dependent on you, because if we are not taking care of ourselves, we can't effectively take care of anyone else. Live in the moment. It can be so difficult to do when we have 1,000,001 things to do in a given day, but it's very important to try to take some time for yourself, even if it's for a couple seconds here and there. Like, you don't have to sit down and meditate for 5 to 15 to 30 minutes every day. You can catch yourself at different points throughout the day, whether it's like sitting on your toilet or just any moment where you get a second to yourself to just be. It literally helps release so much out of you and create space for amazing things. Forgive and let go of the past. It's literally in the past. You just need to learn your lessons from it and move forward. There's just no point in holding on to things and being resentful to yourself or other people or situations that already happened, because they don't need to be in your present or where you're going. You just learn from them, thank the universe, and move on. And this one I'm sure everyone and their moms know is to move in however way that feels good to you. Don't overstress yourself, because stress in the body from movement or from the mind causes disease and mental instability. But move in a way that feels good to you, whether it's yoga, running, whatever it is that gets you going. Just make sure to move, and that will release endorphins and hormones to help your brain be happier. Love yourself and be your own best friend. I know that people need social interaction, like I'm as being able to hug people and meet new people, but we can depend on ourselves. We should never depend on external sources to bring us satisfaction and happiness. And it's okay to want them and to kind of crave them, but we should never feel desperate enough to not feel okay in the given situation that we're in. Like, I have not felt alone even one moment during this whole pandemic. There's so much to experience, and it's not going to last forever. Everything is temporary, so I can learn to appreciate these times in a way that's going to benefit my current situation, because I know that in the future, hopefully not too long from now, I'm going to get back to hanging out with my friends, my family, meeting new people. I'm happy to be me. I'm happy to be alive. I went from somebody who used to get insane anxiety at the thought of being alone, and I always grew up around so many people, and then being around my best friends so much, just I was always constantly surrounded by people, and I became addicted to that, and that was just so unhealthy. I remember I was one time in London, and I could have lived my dream out as a model. I was there for a few months, and I got really scared at the thought of being alone. I allowed myself to have a terrible experience, but I really worked on myself, and a few months later, when I went back a year ago, I decided that I was not going to live like that anymore, and that I'm going to live my best life. And when I landed, I just felt so much better. I was still around some of the same environments, but my attitude was different, my perception was different, my actions were different. Just everything became beautiful because I decided to make it beautiful. Like, I was able to just walk around living my life and attract friends my way and meet so many people in London, and I do that now in New York. I travel the world now, and I just meet people wherever I go of all walks of life, and it's just so amazing. Being that person who used to sit somewhere and not know how to approach people and feel just so weird and lonely and not happy, I can be in the same seat but be attracting so much positivity, because again, it all starts in our minds and it ends up in our lives. And I really hope you can take these tips and incorporate them into your own life. I don't feel lonely anymore. I actually crave the time to myself. I'm not like desperate for it, but I crave it and I love it so much. And it's so possible for people to be that way, even though we need social interaction, and this can be very isolating. If you follow some of the tips I mentioned here, then you're not gonna feel as lonely or as unhappy. Just try these things out and you're gonna feel so much better. Don't compare yourself or your life to anyone else on earth, because everybody is different and everybody is blessed in their own way, and you can make whatever you want out of yourself. So be happy, be thankful for being who you are. There's literally trillions of other eggs and souls that could have combined to pop out somebody else, but you came into this life, into this body, into this mind, and you can make it wonderful. I think there's no space to be bored when there are millions and billions of people and animals in need of help right now. So if you're ever feeling bored or just like lonely, just think there's something you can do remotely to help somebody else. I just did a episode about how volunteering increases our mental health. So literally every time you do a positive act of kindness for somebody else, It brings you more happiness. It makes you feel like you have more time. So do something nice for somebody. There are 1.8 million organizations in America, but volunteering doesn't have to be something that you have to sign up and go do for some organization. It can literally just be any act of kindness for any person or being. Have an open mind, an open heart to yourself as a human, to other people. We're all in this world together trying to just enjoy the human experience. I think it's important to have our morals set in place. Like, for example, if I'm not going to wear fur, I'm not going to wear fur no matter how much you pay me. But it's important to also evolve and change with times. So if you think something is wrong, then be open to learning that it might not be wrong to somebody else. Happiness and mental health is a journey, not a destination, regardless of how bad you are on the spectrum or how great you feel. Like, I'm feeling so great, but I know there's always going to be somewhere better to go. So don't ever feel like there's no hope, and know that whatever you're feeling currently is temporary. We are temporary beings, but our souls are eternal, and there's so much life to be lived. So understand that this is just a journey. It doesn't matter where you are right now as much as it matters in the whole spectrum, as long as you are evolving and constantly getting to a better place. So flood your mind with positivity, love, and life, and cut out all that negative stuff as much as possible, but always feel it when you need to in order to cut it out, because that's a very important key aspect of getting out all that negativity. I literally call it throwing up. All of that being said, depression is very real and it should not be taken lightly. I know there's a lot of families and people who just don't believe in it and they don't support treatment, but it is so important. So I'm going to leave a link below, somebody you can talk to, some resources, because this is definitely something to be tackled. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Address this and remove it out of your life for a very balanced mental health, physical health, and spiritual health journey. I have so many more keys, but it's getting kind of dark outside and these creatures are everywhere and there's some venomous snakes out here, so I want to wrap this up now. Some of these things have literally helped me go from being depressed and down and like feeling like there was no hope to I just don't feel that anymore. I feel so good. I feel like I'm on top of the world, no matter how bad my day is, no matter what I've lost, what I've gained, what suffering I am going through. I just don't feel any attachment to those things because I understand that my soul is here temporarily. I'm not attached to any worldly things. I've gone through everything that I can think of that I once could not handle, and I still go through many things today on a weekly, monthly, daily basis that are just heartbreaking, but my heart does not break. I feel so full of love and life and energy, and I feel so amazing. I can't explain what's going on in my brain. Like, it's like ecstasy, and I want other people to feel this good, and it's so achievable. I'll definitely make a part 2 of this because I want you guys to feel this amazing too. I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you do, please like and comment below on what you do already or what you will start doing and how it makes you feel, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Thank you. See you guys next time.